Hey there guys, Machedo here. If you'd like to learn more about personal branding, the educational content, tips and tricks, strategies, all you got to do is go to YouTube. On the top, type personal branding Machedo. I have over 100 videos with regards to personal branding for free. No extra charges at all. So do it now if you want to know more. And at the same time, coming up next is another educational video with regards to personal branding. Enjoy. So, Machedo, speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who is Machedo and Think Personal Branding? The question is, how do I figure out my personal brand? Okay, now you want to be a personal brand, you want to make money as a personal brand, you want to be known as a personal brand. But now the question is, what is your personal brand? When I started off many years ago, I didn't know what was my personal brand. I didn't know whether my personal brand was rich, poor, luxurious, classic, funky, naughty, crazy. There are so many flavors to personal branding. It's just like you wanting to open up a restaurant, and there are so many options that you can go Chinese, you can go Thai, you can go Indian, you can go Pakistani, you can go American, Italian, and then there are categories. You want to make it fast food? Do you want to make it fine dining? Do you want to make it just, like a street vendor, cheap, fast and affordable? Do you want many customers? Do you want few customers? Do you want high paying? Do you want medium paying? Do you want low paying? So the same thing occurs where personal branding is concerned. So when I started off many years ago, I was completely lost. So what do I recommend? These are the 5 strategies that I recommend. Number 1 is, make a list of all the things that you're good at, whatever it is. In my case, it was public speaking, it was DJing, it was events, it was event management. Those days, I'm talking about 7 years ago, it was training. So I have these 5. So I started experimenting with all of them. And, as I started to experiment, I kind of got to see what people are interested in more. Like, for example, if I'd hold a seminar for free, some people would turn up for one particular seminar, and some other seminar, nobody would turn up. I would have different themes like NLP, handwriting analysis, grooming. I would try, let's say, public speaking. I would try office politics, how to deal with it, resume rebranding. So I would try different seminars for free by inviting over 1,000 people. The ones that people crowded or came the maximum, I would, it kind of gave me a message. Okay, this is where the demand is. Okay, so try new things and keep getting the feedback. That's number 1. Second one is, find out what people are actually willing to pay. Now, for instance, when I did a seminar on personal branding, I did a seminar on public speaking, I got a full house. Okay, I got 100 people. The capacity was 100 and 100 people turned up. In fact, there were a couple of people who were standing. But however, when I did a seminar on resume rebranding, I managed to get around 20-25. However, when I asked people to pay, okay, I said, if you want an advanced level service, this is what you got to pay. And I was charging just bare bones minimum, like just $100, I think, for my services. In the public speaking, where I got 100 people, almost nobody wanted to pay because there was different options like Toastmasters, or they would get free from other people. And it was not a specialized thing like public speaking. They could get from anyone. It was easily accessible. But resume rebranding, even though 20 people turned up, I noticed almost 5 of them were willing to pay me money. 5 of them. So I was like, in this seminar, which I gave for free, nobody paid me. But in this seminar, almost 5 people paid. So I made $500. So this one, even though less people came, more people are willing to pay money. So the second one is, you need to figure out what people are willing to pay money, because at the end of the day, it's not fame, but money that talks. Number 3 is, you need to figure out what is it that you love doing every single day. Now, to let you know, I've done different kinds of coaching. I've done the certification. I've done NLP, CoActive Coaching, life coaching, career coaching, peak performance coaching. I did all the different kinds of coaching. Now, in, let's say, for example, a coaching style that is related to bodybuilding and powerlifting, I even did that, just the basic level. I kind of liked it, but I didn't enjoy it so very much. The guy screaming, shouting, pumping arms. And the money was not so great there. When I tried CoActive Coaching, where you got to sit and listen to the guy, the money was really good, but it was really long, lengthy, and boring, and I had to keep quiet and keep listening. And sometimes I didn't agree with the guy, but the principles of CoActive Coaching is you just have to sit and listen and say, yes, I understand, make them talk more. However, when I customized the coaching and I did what I'm doing right now, whereby I get to the point. So here I'm not making as much as CoActive Coaching, but it's more fun. So point number 3 is continue in that direction where you can actually make more money. Okay, more money. Sorry, not more money, where you can make money, but it's like the long term. You enjoy, you love what you're doing. So for example, if I'm making $100 every hour as a CoActive coach, but I'm making, let's say, $20 in terms of, let's say, resume rebranding. Now, obviously, the logic is you do CoActive Coaching because you're making $100 there. But in the long term, I don't think I would be able to continue with this because I would get burnt out. I get fed up. I have ADHD. I cannot sit still. But where resume rebranding is concerned, I love the interaction. I love the excitement. I love the creativity. So I can do it long term. So always take something that you can do long term. Point number 4, I think it's very important, is ask yourself, what would you like to be known for or known as for the rest of your life? There are some people who, when they moved into coaching, whom I know for 7 years ago, they wanted to be, associated to life coaching or NLP or CoActive Coaching. But I didn't want to be associated to anything in particular. The logic being is, today NLP may be popular, which was popular those days in Dubai 7 years ago. NLP coaching was like, wow. Today, it's a joke. People at life coaching, once upon a time, it was a big buzzword, a big thing. Today, anyone says, I'm a life coach or something, they're like, who needs advice from you on life? So just ask yourself, what is it that you like to be known as? In my case, when I started off as the tattooed trainer, which I thought was really different. But then the confusion was, Lloyd, do you teach people in terms of tattooing? And I was like, man, I don't want to be known as a guy who teaches people for tattooing. So after thinking, I thought to myself, okay, I teach people in terms of branding themselves, standing out, personal branding, and I strategize. So personal branding strategists, and nobody had it in Dubai, UAE at that time. And I searched online, nobody had it around the world. Nobody was a personal branding strategist at that time, 7 years ago. So I coined the term and I was very happy. I'm not saying that I was the only person on the planet, but I'm very happy being called a personal branding strategist, even though there are people who copy that right now. That's okay, no big deal. So ask yourself, what is it that you want to be known for the rest of your life? Okay. Last, if not the least. Okay, now this is not me trying to sell my service, but this is a fact. Last, if not the least, you must sit down with your mentor and ensure you get professional guidance. When I started off, I thought, I can just read a book, watch a video, get, guidance from Tony Robbins online through his videos. But then when I got access by luck to a mentor who was actually making, I think he was making 5 figures, 5 figures you're talking per hour. Okay, really successful guy. It was just sheer luck that I bumped into him. I don't think I can ever afford his services. He asked me key questions. He said, Lloyd, you're doing emceeing, you're doing helping as a DJ, you're doing events, you're doing training, if you're doing everything to everyone, you'll be a nothing to no one. Give me one thing, just one thing what you will be known for. One thing. At that time I was like, man, I'm making money from so many different income streams. Why should I just stick to one? But then it kind of made sense, because if I was going to be a guy who was going to jump on stage and act like a buffoon, and then on the other hand, I wore like, a formal suit and I was teaching them something serious, people would like, you acted like an idiot once. And now you're trying to talk to me serious. Oh, there I paid you just, let's say $100 per hour. Here, why should I pay you $1,000 an hour? So I realized that, if I was going to sell a product, let's say an iPhone, customized iPhone with designer, if I was going to sell it for $1,000 here, I couldn't sell it for cheaper there. Then people would say, I would rather have your services there than here. It's like me putting up my services online on one website and saying, you can get me as a coach for $10. And then on my website, I say, you can get me as a coach $100. People will just go for that $10. So I think you need to sit down with your mentor and get the guidance on all this. And I don't think I would ever be able to figure this out if I didn't have a mentor. So please save yourself a lot of trouble, a lot of headache, a lot of mistakes by getting yourself a mentor. Yes, it is expensive, but these are skills you learn for the rest of your life. So if I had to encapsulate, how do you figure out your personal brand? Number one, try new things until you discover what you're good at. Second one is find out what people are willing to pay you money for. Third one is ask yourself, what is it that you love doing for the rest of your life? Even though it may change, but for that moment, choose what you feel. Yes, I'm going to stick with this for the next at least 5 years, 10 years. Point number 4 is ask yourself, what is it that you want to be known for, even if the fad continues or doesn't continue. And last but not the least, you need to sit down with your mentor and gain professional guidance. Remember, just as you want to learn something professionally like programming or a language, the easiest way, the fastest way, the most effective way, even if you want to learn, like they say, a certification or a language, you go to a professional, take your personal brand seriously. So Lloyd from LloydMachedo.com, who is Lloyd Machedo and Think Personal Branding, sharing with you tips on personal branding. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down, didn't like it. Put your comments there. Love to hear from you. This is me saying goodbye for now.